Hello everyone, it's been quite a while since I've talked in a video, and you guys may have been wondering why. I mean, the obvious reason is tigersjourney, but I know I promised, like, while I was making tigersjourney a few weeks ago, that I would be back to normal uploading and active and all that stuff after I finished tigersjourney. Well, I finished tigersjourney like a week ago, and yeah, I still haven't really uploaded anything other than a short, and I really haven't even been that active on, like, anything really. This past week now. This is really just, I've been really, like, mentally exhausted, stressed from, you know, dedicating so much in tigersjourney and also just IRL and stuff, so I just wanted to take a break and all that. So I basically had a pretty decent break, and I am definitely better now, and I will be making sure to go back to the normal uploading schedule. Now that will mean that I'll upload probably a weekly replay or platoon video type of thing, or some sort of live battle, some sort of normal game type of thing. Probably a store reviews. I can't speak. Store reviews when there are things to get. I'm not gonna review things in the store from this week and last week though, cause it's kind of too late. And I'll also be doing challenge videos, kind of like, you know, Mr. Beast challenges, but in Blitz. And yeah, I think they'll be kind of fun. I hope. So stay tuned for those, as well as I guess occasional meme edits and shorts when I don't have anything to upload. But I'm probably gonna stay away from major editing for a bit, so no films or anything like that for a bit, because I'm just honestly tired of editing. Now obviously I'm gonna need to edit a bit for some videos, so yeah, I guess I'll have to do that, even though I'm kind of just tired of editing. I also need to just get back into the game playing, because I really have not been playing for the past like weeks or so. Now what is this video about? This video is going to be about tigersjourney mainly. I'm going to be talking about just a lot of things about tigersjourney. Let's get to the biggest question that you guys are wondering. What took so long? Obviously, it can't take like 7 months to make a 30-minute video that the first 10 minutes aren't even that good. And yeah, I'm going to explain everything. So, tigersjourney, when did it even start? When did I first get the idea? That was back in September of 2020. You'll see my original trailer back when my channel was called EMPRE Clans WoTB. But basically that was when I first just came up with that idea. It was gonna be terrible. I'm just gonna let you know that the original plan, it was gonna be uploaded in October 2020. It was gonna be edited on my iPad, because I played Blitz and edited all my videos on my iPad back then using a software that was basically equivalent to iMovie, just a bit better but also a bit worse in some ways. And yeah, it was not going to be good. There was no free camera stuff, obviously. It was going to be trash. It was going to be really, really bad. I didn't even have that many fans anyway, so it probably would have been like 3 people acting the things. It would have been horrible is all I'm going to say. And yeah, I was actually going to just go with that. But in the end, I decided to wait a bit. And yeah, later on, it was about November-ish is when I uploaded that big trailer. You guys know the epic trailer, right? The kind of epic trailer with the Heart of Courage music, Toto Tanking as a narrator and all that. And I said releasing this December, which was December of 2020. And yeah, I was actually planning on doing that, because I was actually reasonably confident with my, back then what I thought was my editing skills were improving, when really they were pretty sad. Now, during December was a time when I still owned my, I still had my own clan to manage, the EMPRE clan, as well as a comp team, because we started to get into comp. Now, yes, tier 8 comp, and it may not seem like, it's not like some crazy comp, but back then it was pretty insane for me, because I've never really done comp before, so that was like, and I was literally having to manage this team. Now, I wasn't the leader for the entire team, like, and all that stuff, like, later on, but anyways, the biggest point is I had to do tournaments, which is, trust me, a lot of work, because you have to do training. Being a team lead, you have to, like, work on strats, do all sorts of things like that. And if that's not, like, enough, I had to do YouTube. Like, that's what I'm here for, as well as play the game. So, yeah, what happened is I ended up just losing the motivation to, or not even having the time to do tigersjourney. I wanted to do tigersjourney. I wanted to finish it and work on it, but I just couldn't. So what I did later is after around January, I started getting a bit more time, especially around February, because I was basically done with that comp team, so I had a bit more free time. But by then, not working at all on tigersjourney for basically 2 entire months, I just didn't have motivation. So I just had no motivation at all until finally around like some mid-February or so, I made a poll in my Discord asking, do you guys really want me to put all my dedication to tigersjourney? You guys seem to want that. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go for it and do it. So I went ahead, tried to put everything I could into tigersjourney. Now I'm just gonna tell you guys something. February 2021, which is like, what, a few months ago, I was basically working on the opening scene with, you know, the Panzer II, the Panzer III, and the Panzer IV, looking at the flashbacks, that part. That was what I was working on in mid-February. Then it became the mid-March, and actually late March. And guess what the progress was? To Rockfield. It took, basically, an entire 5 months to go from the beginning of tigersjourney to the Battle of Rockfield scene, literally in mid-April. It's currently May 1st, and literally just a few weeks ago, I was working on the Battle of Rockfield. That was when I started to just fully dedicate myself. I just knew that I needed to get this done, and it was actually, not by coincidence, 4/20, April 20th. That was the day when I finished the entire Hetzer scene, the Hetzer battle scene, and then did basically the entire Naval Frontier ambush scene. I finished basically all of that in just one day, and on April 21st is when I finished Naval Frontier. April 22nd is when I just started working on Malinovka scene, and the 23rd, I think, is when I finished the Malinovka scene pretty much, for the most part. So yeah, basically in just 4 days, I went from Rockfield to the end of the film. Whereas it took 5 months to go from the beginning, where there wasn't even any fighting. It was literally the easiest stuff to record and edit and all of that. But yeah, that was just kind of, it just shows that if you really put your time and motivation and dedication into something, you can get it done. So to be honest, I did learn a lot from that. Now, I know we're kind of getting off track, so that's basically, I explained what took so long. So now that I explained what took so long, I'm just going to talk about the first 10 minutes of the film. The first 10 minutes of the film are by far the most boring parts of the film. I'm sure a ton of people probably didn't even watch the rest of the film just because of the beginning. They thought that the entire film would be like that. Trust me, it is not. So if you were one of those people, please consider, you know, watching the entire thing again. But anyways, I'm going to talk about why is it so lame in the beginning of the film, and that is for so you know, I started basically the beginning of the film, like all that boring first 10 minutes was started around like last November, December of 2020. Back then I was still really new to my editing software. I literally didn't know what to do. I, you know, didn't have really an idea of free camera because it literally was just released. You'll notice that my free camera skills are just amazing. Like, sarcasm, of course, but like, really, they're just amazing. In other words, completely horrible during that time. And my music editing, sound editing, video editing, literally everything just absolutely sucked. I did not know how to sync stuff with music correctly. When I tried to sync stuff with music, it made it literally 10 minutes long for just a Panzer II that you're staring at the entire time. That is why it took so long, because I just did not know what to do. Now, finally later I realized I would have redone it. I really would like to have redone it, but I just felt that it would have taken a lot more time to redo it, and I just personally didn't think it was worth it. I got people hyped, and I didn't want to let them down again for like the 27,638th time. So yeah, that's kind of about like in terms of the time spent on tigersjourney. Now I'm gonna answer some questions from you guys. We're gonna just have a look at tigersjourney questions that you guys have, because we're gonna answer them. Alright. When did you first start recording tigersjourney? I already said it was like September of 2020. By the way, guys, I'm gonna show you what it really looked like back then. It was absolutely horrible. There was literally one character, which was Tiger 131, and all of that. That was it. There was, I'll explain the storyline and the evolved storyline, all of that, just a bit later after I answer these questions. Obviously, these don't matter anymore. Sequel, yes, there will be a sequel. What inspired you to create this film? As I mentioned at the end of the film, these two specific films were WoTB film by Simply Blitz, and Light Tractor Journey by whatever, I can't pronounce his name. It's a guy in World of Tanks PC. Those were what really inspired me, kind of, especially were a WoTB film, because I actually watched that first. I didn't watch Light Tractor Journey till it came in my recommended, actually, or a bit after that. But that just helped me base a bit more of the story and get an idea, because trust me, the beginning of the story was absolutely horrible at the time. I'll let you guys know in a minute. What was the story behind Tiger? Yeah, I'm just about to tell you. And where did I get the idea? Yeah, I'll get, so where did I get the beginning of the idea actually just came before I even did, watched, WoTB film. It was just like randomly I was walking, I was like, okay, I want to make I'll explain the entire thing just in a bit. There actually aren't that many questions, so, okay, yeah, there's just some random chatter. Really? That's it. Did you add the camos post-filming? No, some of them are mods. The T-34, for example, the Tiger one, Uncle Tiger one, those are our mods. I can't think of it. Oh, Panzer 4 I think was a mod too. I don't remember what else. Panther maybe. KB2, I forgot. Alright guys, I'm gonna talk to you about what made me decide to do Tiger's Journey. I have a message here and I'm kinda tempted to look. I guess whoever. Yes, I'm doing a video. MaxBoss7091. Yes, I'm doing a video. Anyways, I just lost track of what I was saying. Okay, so if you check my channel, I had a video called like D-Day tribute to D-Day, Normandy or something like that from a while ago. This was edited by my friend that used to edit a lot of things for me. Wargaming crates come by me, you may have seen him around. And after that, I just decided, hey, I want to make a short film. And unfortunately, I don't have the message logs anymore because they were from a deleted channel on my Discord server. But basically, I was like, okay, I want to make a short film. What are you guys' ideas and all that? I just kind of took some ideas from people because back then, my YouTube channel was my clans. I was literally just asking my clan and stuff like that. Basically, we had... my main idea was that there was this Tiger 131 that was a Panzer II, and his father got drafted. That's basically the exact same thing as the story so far, but then it just happened to be the Tiger II randomly he went to Mount Rockfield somehow alone, somehow crossed the entire German-Soviet border alone, which I don't know why and how, and came into Malinovka with a heavily guarded prison camp alone and somehow managed to kill everyone and take his father back home. The end. That was the story. It may sound kind of good, and it's a good start for sure, but obviously a lot of that stuff is just impossible. What was the name of Tiger's Journey back then? Because no, it was not Tiger's Journey. It was called... yeah, this is kind of dumb, but my original name was literally Revenge. Is what it was. And other ideas were like Vengeance, Rescue, or like stuff like that. Then we changed the name. I changed the name to Tiger's Revenge, and I was thinking of just doing it as Tiger's Revenge, but I realized that this story wasn't really about revenge. It was more about like, you know, a journey. Like he's going to rescue his dad. He's not like his dad didn't die, so he's trying to kill whoever killed him. So yeah, it changed to Tiger's Journey, and I just decided to stick with it because I kind of like the name. So also back then I really had no baseline for the story. That was just the entire story itself. That was it really. But obviously later I realized that it was impossible for the Tiger 131 to be alone. So yeah, I added in like the friends as part of the story, but still that was it. It was just basically starting at Himmelsdorf, going to Rockfield, and going to Malinovka at the end. That's it. And a lot of things came in over time. During one of my recordings, for example, Fireboy, he's seen him in the cast, I credit him for the idea of the Naval Frontier Ambush, because while we were recording back then, the Naval Frontier Ambush was going to be a Fort Despair ambush, which absolutely sucked, by the way, which is why it didn't make the final screen. But he gave the idea of a Naval Frontier Ambush, and I was like, hey, I like that idea. So I decided that, by the way, okay, so the Hetzers. You guys know that the Hetzers are a big part of the story because they are the reason why that the Panzers are alive. Because they came in and saved them. The Hetzers part didn't even exist. Basically, the final battle was literally the cheesiest thing ever back then, my original plan. Basically, it was the Panzers were all dying, and then they suddenly, like, for whatever reason, just got magic and decided to kill all the Russians. And suddenly, like, with only 3 Panzers versus, like, 10 of the Russians, just yeeted them all to the garage. The end. Yeah, so I knew that wasn't realistic at all, and there had to be some sort of thing that made it make more sense for the Germans to win. And I decided, what if we were to have some, like, other part of the division of the tanks get split off earlier on in the film? and find themselves back. I decided to choose TDs because they stand out, and I went with Hetzers in the end. So I decided to use the Naval Frontier scene as a perfect chance to have the Hetzers be split off from the group. Now, you may notice that during the entire Naval Frontier scene, you don't see much about the Hetzers. That's because I didn't really even put it in there until the last minute. It was a last minute thing, but it definitely, in my opinion, made the film a lot better. Now, I went over a lot, and I don't want to continue, like, wasting time just making a really long video about explaining what happened in tigersjourney, like, literally everything, because, trust me, there was a lot. If you guys really want me a video, like, explaining everything, I guess I could, but I don't think people would want that. So, I'm just gonna leave it here. I'll leave you guys here, so now you guys know why it took so long. I'll promise you guys that when I make a tigersjourney 2, not if, when I make tigersjourney 2, it will take a lot quicker, and it will be a lot better, because I've learned a lot of stuff from tigersjourney 1, as well as, I'll be back to, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, my normal upload schedule, so that would include streams on weekends and all that sorts of thing, as well as, you know, more videos overall, like, not only just the short, like, videos and the, like, store review type of, replay type of videos, but also I'll be adding in some more original type of videos, hopefully, like, I'm thinking of things that involve training rooms, including, like, as I mentioned, the challenge videos. I already have a few of them, actually, and I actually have one. There was a hide-and-seek one, but I don't know if I'm gonna upload it, actually. The reason why is because we had a few issues already happen, like some people's recordings didn't even work, but also I just didn't exactly, like, it was my first time basically doing it. Actually my second time, but still kind of a first in a way, and the way I was just, like, commentating it and, like, doing it as a video wasn't exactly, like, an engaging video or anything. It was more of just me talking, like, as if I were playing a game, and sometimes I would even forget that I was recording. So I'll try probably to make the next challenge video a lot better, actually, like, be speaking to the viewers, not just to, like, whatever. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload this one. I mean, I might, but I don't think I want to upload it because it's probably not gonna be too good anyway. I also don't want to edit it because, you know, I already said that I don't really want it. But that's really all I have for you guys in this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it and, you know, learned something. Again, I'll be back to my normal upload schedule. If you want to join my Discord server, be updated on announcements and all that stuff, join the link in the description down below. But that's all, I guess. Peace out.